You don't need no filters. You my rocket, you my perfect picture. Baby, you know I'm tryna kick it with.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Callan and this is my first video on my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about college tips, school tips, and maybe even lifestyle tips. Some of these tips will apply to high school students and some just to college, but this is what I've learned first semester in college. Now this semester I am not in college actually. I just have some stuff to figure out if I want to change my major, if I still want to even go to that school. So it's a lot. But let's just get into it. And I have my tips on my phone, so that's why I'm going to be looking at my phone. But the first tip is to prepare ahead of time. And what I mean by that is not just having like books, pencils, paper, all of that. I'm talking about, especially for college, like the exact classes that you need to take. Like, let's say you want to take Math 109, but maybe you need to have a class before that, like a prerequisite before you can take that math class, and that is something that you need to know so that you don't have to keep delaying that class off, if you understand what I'm saying. And another thing is to really have an in-depth conversation with your advisor so you can get down exactly what classes that I need, thinking about classes in the future, and what your main goal is when you graduate, what kind of degree you want to have, all of that stuff. Tip number 2, ask for help. This is something that I struggle with because I personally don't like asking people for help because I'm just a shy person, but asking for help really helps. Like, I remember when I was in math class and I didn't understand something, I asked the teacher for help, but he was just like, look at the examples. But then I went to the tutoring center that they had at my school, and they really sat me down and went in depth with it, and that actually helped, and I'm starting to get good grades on that certain assignment that we had. And also, just ask, it doesn't have to be teachers, ask your classmates for help. They might know. Ask other teachers for help. Ask other classmates from different classes who have the same math class but maybe a different teacher, because teachers teach things different ways, and that can really change how you view things and how you see. Tip number 3, which is something I also had trouble with, especially during the pandemic and just doing online classes. That is making friends. Now, I am not an outgoing person. I don't do well with making friends because I'm a shy person too. I don't know how to start a conversation and stuff like that. So it was harder for me to make friends, and especially online classes, since you can't really connect with them very well. And I did have 2 in-person classes, but we only met on Mondays and nobody really talked, so that made it hard too to make friends. But if you go to the college and like you stay there like in a dorm and you're meeting people like at a cafe or at a library, just try to make friends, because it will make the college experience so much better, and you'll have so much more fun, and you have people to rely on, and it just makes it a whole lot better. Tip number 4, and that is taking breaks. What I mean by that is, don't overwork yourself. Have some free time for you. If you're working on a big project, take breaks in between there. It can be short 5-minute breaks, it can be 10-minute breaks. Just do something like get up and stretch, drink some water, go out for a walk, eat something, but meditate. But just make sure that you're taking breaks, because you don't want to be burnt out and you don't want to get tired easily, especially when studying for like exams or like writing essays or doing something. Make sure you take a break so your mind can like recuperate and really retain all that knowledge and all that information, because it really does help. Tip number 5 and that is staying organized. Now, me, I didn't have separate binders for all my classes. I kind of just put everything together because most of it was on the computer, but like some of the paper stuff I just put all in some binders. That's not good. You need to stay organized. And also, like, if you're writing notes, make sure they're organized and not just random notes everywhere. And just make sure that, especially on your computer, that things are organized and that you can access them easily, because it makes your life so much easier. Tip number 6, and that is staying positive. It is, especially in college, it is easy to get discouraged. Like, you get a bad grade, you get some bad feedback, and it just brings your whole mood down. This is something that I struggle with because at the beginning of the semester, I got some bad grades, and I was just like, well, I guess this is it. I guess this is how it's gonna go. And that's not good, because you need to find some ways to stay positive and to really just boost your mood. Like, talk to other people that have been in the same situation that you are in, and just ask them, how did you get through it? How did you improve? Don't just stop. Don't just give up. Just find what you did wrong and try to improve in that area. Tip number 7 is to stay motivated. This is another thing that I struggle with. Near the end of the semester, I was just like, why am I even doing this? This is not what I want. It's not going well. And I was like, is this the major I even want to be in? And I just had a lot to think about. And you have to remember why you were there. Remember that this is something that will help you all throughout your life, like getting a job. It will really help. So just try to remember that you're doing this for you and for a better job opportunity that can really help you. Tip number 8, which is a very specific one, but it is, do not get a job in college unless you have to. Like, my friend, she's in college, and but she has an apartment, so obviously she needs to pay for it, so she has a job. But for me, I had a job starting senior year in high school, and because I didn't want my parents to buy things for me, so that was the main thing. I didn't need it. So when I got to college, I was just so used to having a job, and college is a lot more work than high school, I'll tell you that right now. And I was just getting overwhelmed, because like, I would go to class, then work, and it was just repeated throughout the week. So I only had the weekend to do all of my assignments, which is not good. And that's how I got bad grades. And near the middle and the end of the semester, when I didn't have a job, I had so much more free time to do my work. I was turning in work on time. I was actually doing it right and not just rushing through it. I was retaining the material, and it just helped a lot more. But I understand that if you're paying for college, like my other friend is, she has to have a job to pay for it, you know what I'm saying? So don't get a job unless absolutely necessary. Tip number 9, treat small assignments like big assignments. When I got like daily assignments to do for my classes, I wouldn't hold it to the same ability, I guess, as big assignments, because I would just rush through the small ones, get it, turn it in, and that was it. But small assignments do have a big impact on your grade. And I remember in my college skills class, which is one of the easiest classes ever, the small assignments that I was doing, I wasn't doing them right. So I was getting like 70s, 75s on them, sometimes 80s, sometimes, A's, but the 70s really were killing my grades. And I was wondering why my grades weren't doing so well in that class, and I was just like, I don't understand. But the small grades do have a big impact on your overall grade. And I mean, one small bad grade is like, it's okay, but if you're getting it 70s all the time, it's going to bring your grade down, and you need to really work on those small grades, and you really need to work on those assignments, the small ones, Big ones have a big impact too, but so do small ones. Tip number 10, and that is at least try going to college before you say, oh, I don't wanna go to college. I hate school. But I knew that college was a necessity in order to get the job that I want. And all I gotta say is really try, because if you at least try and you find out, oh, there's something I actually like, or you find out that you want a certain job, but you have to have a college degree for it, which is now almost every job except for maybe fast food chains, you're going to need to go to college. At least go to 2 years. At least try a semester, at least try a year before you say, oh, this is not what I want to do. Because you never know if you don't. Alright guys, that is it for all of my tips and tricks for college/high school. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope this helped. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I shot it from the